surround you. Distant Promises intends to reflect this experience in music. While there are brief moments of beauty along the way, the piece seems to promise something more. This is finally fulfilled in the transcendental final minute of the work.
came from the simplest of paints. When children get a hold of these and use their imagination, the most amazing things can happen. With little creativity, these watercolors can become a magnificent sunrise or a sunset over the ocean, a gorgeous view from a mountaintop, or an image of a supernova in space. The smallest drop can change the pattern and create something entirely new. The same is true with each unique voice of our ensemble. As part of our preparation for this piece, we had the opportunity to experiment with watercolor paintings as a class. This creative connection helped us dive more deeply into the music. Symphony No. 2 by Robert W. Smith. Based on Homer's literary epic of the same name, the Odyssey brings the listener through an incredible series of adventures and torments as seen through the eyes of Odysseus, king of Ithaca. Driving rhythms take the listener on a journey to Ithaca, highlighted musically by seminal events from Homer's work. The stringing of the bow, Odysseus and the arrow, the battles with the Suevies, and the triumph return of Odysseus to Ithaca. The immersive second movement of Julie Giroux's Sixth Symphony is entitled Voices in Green. The composer spent hours simply listening to the recordings of the Amazon jungle. Of that experience, she states, "The sounds transport you into the heart of the jungle, which feels incredibly alive. The exotic calls of the birds and the echoes from the other birds, the insects, the frogs, and the rain. You can practically feel and smell the rain. The density of the growth with every shade of green is the backdrop for this beautiful, strange opera."
length of it and the amount you might weep. I'd like to thank you first of all, families, friends, colleagues, teachers, everybody who supports the young musicians who are currently on the stage and who were on the stage earlier. Thank you. It doesn't happen without all of you, and I'm really, really grateful that you're here and that you're here for them on the day. So thank you very much. And we can't let a show on Pulp Stage go by without thanking the magician in the box back there, Steve Brookhouse. So I'm going to ask all of our seniors to stand right now, and we'll recognize them individually in just a moment, but will our band seniors stand? It is quite a class. You know them, so you know this to be true. At the end of the year, I ask seniors to fill out a kind of a brief survey, and it ends up being volumes and volumes and volumes of their writing. So I'm going to share some of that with you tonight. One of the things I asked them is what they've gained by being a part of the IHS bands. And here's a smattering of what they said. Community, friends, skill, confidence even if I made mistakes, flexibility and care, understanding and self-respect. I have learned to listen in a much more sophisticated and patient way. A daily dose of harmony. Friends, a community, life lessons, and an opportunity to do something I love with people I love. Technique, joy. A family, plain and simple. A community that is always there for me and who I know will always have my back. A unique community and sense of belonging that I haven't experienced in any other environment. I will look back on this with so much contentment and love. This community gave me a sense of security in high school. Comfort. Trust in myself and those around me. I honestly can't imagine who a lot of us would be without it. It's a thing that is difficult to accurately quantify. That growth often comes from challenging yourself. Amazing memories and free donuts. An understanding of who I want to be. That massive, overwhelming goals are achieved step by step and go the smoothest when everyone is kind to each other. Amazing role models who have demonstrated how far a compliment or a small act of inclusion can go. A great appreciation for the creative process, to love the journey, not just the destination. My biggest takeaway is that making music is much more meaningful and impactful when you are sharing it with those who are closest to you. A sense of who I truly am. I found a home in the music I've made alongside an amazing group of people and with the help and support of Mrs. L. And not to steal Mrs. L's phrase, but I've learned to listen louder. This applies in music, of course, but also in everyday life, where I've learned to take a step back and listen to others. This idea of listening louder in all scenarios is probably my biggest takeaway that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. And I'm going to ask the seniors to sit, and I'll recognize them individually in alphabetical order. They have some words of wisdom to share with our younger musicians. I'm going to ask that you please hold your loving applause until the very end, and then let it rip. We're going to start in our trombone section with Miles Bolks. Miles will be taking a gap year to continue saving money and to give himself a pinch more time to figure out what's next. And he says, in hindsight, 4 years was not nearly as long as I thought it would be. Enjoy the moments you can spend with friends, but also work hard to enjoy the satisfaction of knowing you spent the last years building the first steps toward the rest of your life. Vera Chernyakov will be attending Bryn Mawr College next year. And she says, in terms of academics, don't be too hard on yourself about grades and assignments. There's only so much you can do, and sometimes the best thing is to just go to sleep or get a bowl of ice cream. For band, appreciate Mrs. Zowell. It's not very common that you'll have a teacher who will remember your full name, your siblings' names, where you went to college, and what you majored in 30 years after you graduate. P.S. The easiest way to do this is not to go to the bathroom each day during band. Selena Dong will be attending the University of Rochester to major in microbiology and minor in brain and cognitive sciences on the pre-med track. And she says, do your best in every aspect. Do your best in school, even if you're an underclassman, because those grades do matter. Do your best in extracurriculars, do your best at your workplace, do your best to be a good friend. But most importantly, do your best at taking care of yourself. Nurture yourself to be the best, happiest, and healthiest you can be. Sage Golden will be attending Cornell next year to study physics. And Sage says, it goes so fast. You'd be amazed at how much you change. Before you know it, you'll be saying goodbye to the people you thought you just met yesterday. So love and cherish the people around you while you still have the time with them. Throughout the times of figuring out balance in your life, band is always there. Your perception of the value of a space to create something beautiful with your friends will evolve with maturity. But to have a time in your day at this age that forces you to put aside any outside stress you may feel is so important for keeping your sanity through all your hard work. Hopefully, band causes you to make an effort to keep this luxury for a long time to come. Alexander Hernandez will attend New England College next year to study business and minor in music, and then plans to transfer to the University of Miami. And he says, do not be afraid to reach out when you are in need. Lila Holmes will be attending Muhlenberg College in Allentown, Pennsylvania for neuroscience or something biology related and musical theater. And she has 4 things she wants you to remember. Number 1, find time each day to do something you enjoy, even if it is only for a few minutes. Number 2, as much as I don't even follow my own advice, know your limits. Burnout is not fun, and it is so much better to do one less thing and do what you are doing well than to do too much and do everything poorly. Number 3, always do your best in rehearsal, even if what your best is changes from day to day. And number 4, appreciate all of the people and special moments of high school. It goes by so quickly. Julia Howe will be attending Binghamton University, studying biological sciences next year, and she says, air fixes everything. There is a poster in the band room wall that has this exact quote, and it is one of the most important things to remember, not only in music, but in life. Most problems can be solved or helped by taking a deep breath and allowing for a split second of time before any action is taken. Ada Inche will be heading to Binghamton next year to study bioengineering. And she says, don't be too hard on yourself for mistakes. They are bound to happen, and the only thing that you'll regret is when you look back is how unkind you were to yourself in that moment. Although it sounds cliche, take it as an opportunity to learn and grow rather than beat yourself up. Sean Jenna will be headed to Cornell next year to study engineering. And Sean says, choose friends who you can be yourself around and do your homework. Z Cashin will be attending SUNY Fredonia next year to pursue a degree in music education. And Z says, to be a good musician, it takes 3 things: timing, tone, and tuning. But in order to become a great musician, a 4th key ingredient is needed: connection. Make as many connections with your peers as you can, and never take them for granted. To quote one of my favorite personal connections I've made during my time here, we play better as friends. No truer words have been spoken. Also, take some time after rehearsal to really read and realize the words on the band room door as you leave class each day. Matthias Getterstesh will be attending Cornell to study engineering. Matthias says, trust your gut. You'll know when you've done a good job or the right thing. Listen to yourself and you'll know. Also, know when good enough is good enough. You don't have to pour your heart and soul into every single assignment. That extra hour of sleep or relaxation is worth a lot more than a few extra points on a single grade. Sadie Kennist will be attending Villanova next year to study environmental science. And she says, be a good leader and get to know everyone, whether they're older or younger. Go to all the band events and take every opportunity you can to join the community. It becomes way more fun when you do. You'll meet great people you wouldn't otherwise encounter. And the time you have to get to know them is shorter than you think, so waste no time. Finn Kleefeld-Thompson will be heading to SUNY Fredonia next year to study music education. And Finn says, the instrument is always your friend. It's there to help you reach the high note, produce a clean sound, or maneuver a fast section. The instrument is never the obstacle. Joseph Levine will be traveling to Dublin, Ireland next year to study Middle Eastern and European languages and cultures at Trinity College. And Joe says, when I was a freshman, I understood the world completely. like 100%. As a senior, that number has dipped way down. Is it because I got dumber? Probably. But more importantly, the more I learned, the more I understood how much more there is to know. The important lesson here is that everything is more complex than you may initially think. My advice, above all, is to avoid pigeonholing. Saying, he's just X or it's just Y defines things by a single trait, and you lose the complexity of the issue. Avoid pigeonholing other people, societal issues, and most importantly, yourself. Maybe this applies to you right now, underclassmen. Don't place yourself in the box of, I'm just not good at sight reading, or I just don't get rhythm. Place yourself in the box called a classroom and get to making music. Blue Maralani will be heading to Cornell's College of Arts and Sciences next year, majoring in biology. Blue says, my biggest reminder would be that it's okay. Whatever happens and however you fail, it will be okay. You will get better because you're working to do so. Having confidence in yourself, your practice, your ensemble. The whole point of being in an ensemble is that it's a community, and communities support one another and care for one another. So have fun, recover, and come back in with the rest of the band. Amelia Maxon will be attending SUNY Geneseo next year to study childhood education. And she says, remember that comparison is the thief of joy. Focus on your own improvement and the reasons you joined band in the first place, because that's what will make the experience meaningful and rewarding. Will McGill will be attending school in Buffalo this fall, and he says, remember that Mrs. Owl is always there for support if you need it. Dylan Moeller will be attending Dickinson College next year to study history and philosophy. Dylan says, my advice for underclassmen is to put yourself out there and to get to know the people around you. You will be surprised how much people want to talk to you and how much wisdom they may have to give. If I have one regret from my time in band, it's that I did not appreciate it enough in the moment, and that I did not make the most of the wonderful people I got to play with every day. You know the saying, you don't know what you have until it's gone? Well, I urge each and every one of you to do your best to recognize the wonderful opportunity you are given and be grateful. It takes each and every person to create a good community, so be the person to reach out and create a connection. You never know where it may take you. William Montgomery will be traveling to Australia next year to attend Newcastle and have a lot of fun surfing. And he says you'll only get one shot at anything, so don't ever mess up, or Mrs. Owl will be really mad and make the rest of the 4 years awful. He did include the word kidding. Roxanne Nelson will be heading to the University of Buffalo next year to be working on a BFA in musical theater with a minor in media studies. And she says, every day is a new day. Entering the room carrying yesterday's stress on your back will only weigh you down. Treat each class as an opportunity for a fresh start. Lula O'Kane will be attending University College Dublin, studying law and politics next year. And she says, don't be afraid to not have the answer or understand everything. Too many times I've missed out on the opportunity to grow and improve because I was embarrassed to concede that I was struggling. Ask questions, make mistakes, tell someone you need help, and let them help you. Beatrice Owens will be studying chemistry at the University of Wisconsin next year. She says, taking time to embrace the support you have will help you more than anything. And bands specifically, get to know the people in different grades because they make high school so much more approachable and enjoyable. When I was younger, having people to look up to made high school less intimidating. Now that I'm a senior, the younger classmen make high school and band more fun. The people around you are willing to help and support you, so make sure you see them, for they will save your butt when you need it most. Claire Poles will be attending Nazareth University to study nursing. She says, take the time you need to make yourself proud. Know when you're doing something solely for others. This applies to high school and the future you haven't lived yet. Elliot Purser will be attending Brandeis University in the fall. Elliot says, we're often told that doing hard things makes us better people. And there's a lot of truth in this. After all, challenging ourselves allows us to grow. It teaches us what we are capable of. However, it is also true that to do something only because it is difficult is antithetical to the whole idea of personal growth. When we push ourselves to the point where the hardest thing in life becomes self-compassion, sacrificing our own enjoyment of the lives we lead, we can become stuck. I should know. I've spent a lot of time being stuck. There is great value in doing what is hard, but not when the cost is to ourselves, and the benefit is to none but our ego. One day you will look back at your time at IHS and you will measure it not by the number of AP classes you took, nor by the number of all-nighters you pulled, nor by the number of your GPA. You will measure it in the friends you have made. You will measure it in your character and how authentically you lived your life. You will measure it in the moments of happiness. Lily Schwartz will be a sequential art major next year at the Savannah College of Art and Design. And she says, practice, because it's fun and it makes rehearsals more relaxed. If you think of it as a chore, it becomes a chore. You don't have to practice, you get to practice. Also, don't feel scared to engage in the community and in your sections. Rehearsals and concerts always feel more fun and enjoyable if you're playing surrounded by friends instead of strangers. Nathaniel Shuhan will be attending the Blair School of Music at Vanderbilt University next year, studying piano performance. Nathaniel says, go participate in other activities. Live life. Experience things with friends and pursue any interests of yours. As someone who has strongly pursued music and is continuing to pursue music in college, having connections and other memories and experiences outside of music have shaped who I am as a musician. Every adventure or memory you make gives you something to draw on and inspire you within your performance. Isaac Thalheimer will be attending the University of Colorado at Boulder with an as-yet undeclared major in the arts and sciences. And he says, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Everyone makes them. Use them as learning opportunities and always try to improve. I've made a lot of mistakes over the years, but I can't remember a single time where I didn't improve because of something I messed up. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help. There's always going to be someone out there who will listen to what you have to say and try to help you figure it out. Benjamin Wagner will be attending the University of Michigan next year to study electrical engineering. Ben says, focus on the present. Try something new. Before you know it, you'll be the one who's graduating. Lily Wong will be attending Cornell University to study chemical engineering. And she says, do things because you want to do them, not because you think you should do them. If you do things that you really want to do, you will be much less stressed, have a lot more fun, and get to explore things that really interest you. On a similar note, stay in band. Band always makes the school day more fun. And Joshua Yoon will also be heading up the hill to Cornell for mechanical engineering. He will continue to play piano there as well. He says, stop and smell the flowers. Take your time, especially when things feel out of control or rushed. Sit at a park. Look out at the lake. Take a long walk. As an added bonus, it also applies to playing music. Music is all about emotions and thoughts, and when your playing feels rushed or rigid, take a second to slow down. Recollect and listen to what the music needs so you can express your emotions in the way you want to. Breathe, adapt, and own your time. And now I'm going to speak just to the seniors. I'm just going to turn here a moment. That should work. Seniors, at the beginning of the year, one of you shared with me that you had mixed emotions about being a senior. At the prospect of having only a couple of remaining concerts, you wrote that you felt sad, but full. And I think that may sum up what many of you are feeling. I know it's what I'm feeling. With all the great advice that you shared tonight, you don't really need any more from me. Besides, all the lessons and advice have been there all along, hand in hand with the music, part of every piece that we've played. Think back with me to some of our past repertoire. The first piece we ever played together, Poor Wayfaring Stranger, a folk song about a soul setting out on a journey through life. You learned about vulnerability, confidence, and balance. All the pretty little horses? Yes, you can sing, and you should. It makes you a better player. Contrapunctus? Through the winding parts of the fugue, we focused on steadiness, patience, support, detail, and that every single voice matters. Folk song suite? So much music has a story to tell. True that most of these stories are about love or that's besides the point. As we work to play with space and shape and line, texture, and contour. You learn to communicate more clearly and effectively. Slava and city trees and council oak, I hope you grew to understand that music can speak for those whose voices have been dampened, and that we need to let art and music shine a light on history and all the world's people. Carmina Burana, we drove headfirst into this monumental work and explored the qualities of human aspiration and foible, the beauty of life and the irony and cruelty of fortune. As soloists auditioned for and crafted their passages, we leaned into constructive criticism, encouragement, bravery. I'm quite certain you'll always remember that piece. Blue Shades, practice makes powerful. Your work ethic and collaborative spirit are the cornerstones of your success with that one. California, two things are required to achieve greatness: a plan and not quite enough time. Beauty was worth the risk. Symphonic dances from West Side Story. There's nothing you can't achieve when you put your mind to it, and there's no limit to what we can achieve together. And all those overtures we played, especially this year, Candide, Festive, Colas, well, overtures come at the beginning, and the beginning can often be the hardest part. On our first day of school this year, I talked to you about how the beginning of one thing often means the end of another. I asked you to think about where you've come from, where you're going, and to whom you stand accountable. And I'd like to think you have a pretty good sense of these things now. And how could I not mention sleigh ride? You started as newbies and became mentors and role models. Each year as December rolled around, I hope you felt more deeply connected to one another through tradition. Music is tradition. Music is joy. Music is home. You can always come home. And I hope you will. Thank you, seniors.
That wasn't half bad, was it? Good evening, and we hope you enjoyed our final concert. Once again, I'm Dylan.
I'm Bea.
And we would like a moment of your time to express our appreciation for our band director, Mrs. Al.
In the past 4 years, Mrs. Zal has taken the time to lead us in growing not only as musicians, but as people. She has taught us how to listen, to work together, to be kind to each other, and to be kind to ourselves. She has let us have our own moments to shine and taught us how to let others do the same. She pushes us to achieve great things and to endure hard work.
Without Mrs. Al, the community you've seen on stage tonight would not be the same. In rehearsal, Mrs. Al uses 2 stands to hold her music. This sparked an idea in B and I's heads. What could we do to make Mrs. Al happy and thank her, and also make her life a little bit easier?
Nikki, to show our appreciation for you and all you've given us these past 4 years, the senior class of 2026 would like to give you a conductor's stick. Each of the seniors have signed it, and in the center is a plaque that says, "We play better as friends." It is a saying that is well known in an ensemble, and it's because of the dedication and love you have shown to each of us that we leave you with that message. Thank you for everything you have done for us.
Have a great night. We're going to send you out dancing. 1, 2, 3, 4.